Here we go. Today we're going to talk about a core value here that we have, one of our 7 here at TLC.
Give every challenge everything you've got. You want challenges. You eat challenge for breakfast.
This is huge, man. At the very least, take accountability with yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I could have did better.
It should be a natural hunger in you.
This is my jam right here, man. We love each other. Period. If they're mean, we love them. If they're inconsiderate, we love them. If they're unreasonable, we love them. If they
black, what if they black, John?
We love them.
What if they white, John?
We love them.
What if they Mexican, John?
We love them.
What if they Puerto Rican, though?
We love them.
Oh.
Young, old, doesn't matter. Female, male, like, doesn't matter, right? We love each other, period. And this is so hard, guys, right? Like, we're all human, right? Mm-hmm. And so, like, when we're human, it's hard to say that and then live by it because people are going to, what'd you say? People are going to piss you off.
Yeah,
okay?
for sure.
People are going to frustrate you. People are going to disappoint you, let you down, cheat on you, lie to you, all different kinds of stuff, right? Double cross you. But let's get to the message.
Yeah.
Right? I love the first 2 words I see here, so I'm going to read it. Ready?
Yeah.
Tough love shows someone you care enough to challenge them and hold them to their highest standard. Even when it's uncomfortable, it's about pushing them to grow, showing that you believe in their potential, and helping them become their best self. Preach to me, in the words of my good friend D. Carl Brown.
So I got to tell you, I was born in the Mount Clemens projects, not too far from here, about 10 minutes down 94. Yeah. And I have a hood phrase in my head that many people will connect with. Okay. And we have a phrase, we say, it's all love. It's all love, one love.
Okay.
What does that mean? That means it's not just flowers and Skittles and candy bars and kisses. Sometimes it's, I hate to take it here, but I told y'all we got to move this show from Sunday. The Bible says the Lord chastens those he loves. What does that mean? That means we get whoopings. Now, y'all put your hands up in the chat if you ever got a whooping. Now, we're not going to go completely, I'm sure you'll see discipline as a part of most of our upbringing. And I'm talking tough discipline. Now, John, I got whooped so bad one time that I went to Mount Clemens General like this. It wasn't my mama and daddy.
It's a hospital, by the way.
It was somebody else. I couldn't even sit down.
Really?
Yep.
So on your back end, you just got
I couldn't
whipped.
sit down.
Okay.
It's also the first time I ever had a Big Mac.
But what year was that, by the way? Roughly?
I was less than 10, so maybe 76, 77.
Okay, so in the mid to late 70s. Okay, because some of our listeners and viewers might be a little younger. What is he talking about? Yeah, they used to whip you once in a while and you get out of hand.
And one of the phrases that would come, now my mom and daddy didn't do that. I want to preface it by that. One of the phrases that when I was whipped, this is going to hurt me more than to hurt you. How so? Like you got the belt in your hand. How so? Because it's hard to fathom love ever hurting. But if you go to 1 Corinthians 13, you're going to find out that love, the people who love you will do evil towards you, right? It bears all things. It endures all things. Love does? Yes. Because sometimes love, watch this, must be tough. Don't tell me you love me and you see me going the wrong way and you never say anything and you never catch me by my collar. I'm going to go real hood with this. One time my mama used to say, if you don't quit that, I'm going to snatch a knot in your neck. What does that even mean? If you ever had that dreaded procedure done in the chat, let me know how to. So what happened? It corrected me. But tough love shows someone you care enough. And that's the thing I wanted to get to. You really don't love anybody if you just let them run buck wild and never say anything, never have any sense of duty to correct errant behavior. Parents have that tough duty, but I want to talk to you that are mentors, you that people are trusting you to hold them accountable, and you never tell them what they're doing wrong. You never tell. You're too kind. Sometimes, listen, love ain't always tough, but sometimes it have to be. It has to be. And so,
it absolutely has to be, you know, and I say it all the time, you know, and I don't want to say it's controversial. It's just, this topic is not, you can tell in society, this topic is not well received or happening out there. Let's just say that. Okay. Tough love. Let's talk about it. Okay. I believe that the only true form of love is tough love. Okay. I believe if, you know, let's just call soft love. I don't know anybody really says soft love, but, you know, loving someone like the way we kind of do nowadays, which is kind of like, you know what, don't hurt their feelings. Don't give them too much to worry about. Don't give them too much to tackle. Let them rest. Let them relax.
Yeah.
Guys, it ain't working. I'm really sorry to say
has
this.
it failed?
By the way, I'm taking as a representative of my generation, which I believe is X. Okay, I believe I'm Generation X, right? You're older than me, so you might be baby boomer. I don't even know what you are.
He had to be 75.
Me? 75. I think I'm X. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm X. So anyway, you are too. So I was just messing with you. So I'm just going to take accountability for this. My generation has created failed parenting strategies. I don't know how else to say it. And, you know, this is not a spite at anybody. No one did this on purpose. If anybody is at fault here, again, I don't think we did this on purpose. It's us. It's my generation. Why? I'm going to go back to your whipping. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I got the whippings too, man. From
I believe
inside the house and outside the house, right? And guess what we used to do? We would tell each other about the whippings. We would tell each other about, you know, the things that happened to us because we weren't behaving the way we were supposed to, or we didn't fulfill our obligations, or all the stuff we were supposed to do. When we didn't do it, there was consequences. Sometimes they hurt physically. Sometimes they hurt mentally. Sometimes we had to stay in our room for a week and no TV. And so that hurt, like, you know, psychologically, right? It hurt. But the people that were doing it to us, of course, there was a few that manipulated it and all that stuff, right? But for the most part, as you grew, you realized they cared enough about me. They loved me, and they were trying to help me, even though I didn't feel like it at the moment, right? But we're children. You're 6, you're 8, you're 10. Of course you don't understand, but you appreciate it later, like I did.
Yeah.
Okay? And so I think it's really, really important to understand that if you look at society today, again, I believe Generation X has failed parenting strategies. Everybody's a winner. You know, nobody like really has to deal with any consequences. I mean, I have a couple of relatives that are educators. You can't even give someone a 0 nowadays for not turning in their homework.
Wow.
Because the parents will call the principal and they'll tell you all these reasons why their kid cannot get a 0 because they're already spiraling out of control and all of this stuff. And this is just going to depress them. And well, okay, but last I checked, our suicide rate, our drug rate, and our depression rate from the 18 to 22-year-old age group is through the roof.
Yeah, and climbing.
Right?
Yeah.
So, guys, we're doing something wrong. Now, I am totally 100% aware that if you decide as a parent, and again, I'm sticking with the parenting side of this conversation. If you decide as a parent, I'm going to go the tough love route, please know that you're going to be very much by yourself.
Yeah.
Your neighbors, your family members, they're probably not going to take that route. You're going to be one of the only ones. You're going to be, you know, kind of like called out by some of them as well, saying that you're unruly and you're not compassionate, you're not empathetic. But I'm going to go back to where you came from. You went there, so I can go there now, right?
Yeah.
Where am I going?
I know where you're going.
The book of Job says it all.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yep.
Like the devil pretty much, I'm just going to, again, I'm no expert at the Bible. I'm very amateur at it, right? But when I read it, I understand it sometimes, okay? And so in the book of Job, which I read twice during my health struggles, the devil pretty much says to God, in a nutshell, they only love you because you're giving them everything.
Yep.
They only love you because you're blessing them.
Yep.
I bet you if you take that away, or I bet you if this blessing wasn't there, or if this didn't go their way, I bet you they wouldn't love you.
Let's find out.
It's a great story to read. It's a great chapter to read for what we're talking about today, at least the way we were talking about it, because you can go a lot of different ways, right? But I'll shut it down like this. Tough love. Today, I read that in the Army, or I guess the armed services, they've already reached their recruiting goals for the year. It's been a long time since that happened, right? So like people are joining the armed forces, right? Now, they're going to show up at their camps, right? Or their training camps the first time. And they're going to get assigned to a drill sergeant, right? And this drill sergeant is going to be a jerk to them, right? Now, when you see this in a movie or in a clip on TikTok or something, you're like, man, that's terrible. The way they treat them, right? Like making them do the push-ups, and they thought they were going to wake up at 7 in the morning, but at 4 in the morning, like the sirens go off, and they make them get out of bed, and they make them go run in the mud and all that stuff, right? Whatever the heck they do, right? And they're kind of mean to them, and there's not a lot of like leeway, and there's rules and all that stuff, right? And I'm pretty sure the soldiers don't like it,
right?
As a matter of fact, I know they don't like it, right? But guess what? This drill sergeant is preparing them for what?
War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't prepare them for war, what's going to happen to them?
They're going to get out there and want some milk and cookies.
They're going to die.
Yep.
Basically, there's a really good chance they're going to die because I didn't prepare them for war, right?
The realities of it.
The private, I guess they call them, right, when they're new. The private's thinking to themselves like, you're a jerk. And the drill sergeant's thinking to himself like, I love you.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that you're prepared so you don't die.
Yeah.
Let's go back to parenting for a minute. Are they ready? Are they ready for this world? Are they ready for the world that Sylvester Stallone reminds us of? It ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
Right? It's a mean and nasty place. It'll bring you to your knees if you let it. We're letting it bring it to our knees because we're not prepared for it. Right?
Yep.
I mean, man, I went Bible. I went Sylvester Stallone. I might just shut up now.
You went Army?
Yeah, Army. Yeah. I mean, right. But seriously, like this subject,
who do you
I
want?
cannot talk about this subject enough, honestly.
Now, love certainly is the smooches and the...
It has to be sprinkled in, and I think that's where people get this wrong, right? Like, I love you. I'm going to celebrate you when you do something great. I've got you if you're afraid, if you're scared, if you need some help. But I've also got to send you down the road of figuring out stuff yourself, suffering the consequences. I don't care if you're my daughter, if you're my best friend or whatever. If there's no accountability, no consequences, you're just not ready for a world that's going to eat you up.
Yeah. Do you know where I saw John Licari in this? It's about pushing them to grow, showing that you believe in their potential.
That's exactly what should motivate all of us. When you see something special in someone, how can you not allow that person to take that gift and hone it and become great?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how can you not? Right? Because that's really what this comes down to as well, is we all have so much potential.
Yep.
Right?
Who all? Everybody?
Everybody has potential.
Everybody.
As a believer, I believe that all of us have a gift that has been bestowed upon us. Some of it natural out of the womb. Some of it we can refine it and get awesome at it. And that's supposed to bless the people around us. And now what we've done, especially in this world today, at least in the 20th century, I guess, or the 21st century, is we've kind of taken people who have a gift and kind of pointed them in a different direction, right? Maybe they have an entrepreneurial gift. And, what we're telling them, in our education system or in our parenting strategies is, no, that's too risky. You should be, whatever, go to school and get this job. But maybe that's not the gift that they have, right? Yeah. And so now the balance has been upset, right? Like you guys all know the balance of nature, right? Like, hey, if we lose this species of fish, it's going to mess up this other
ecosystem,
species, right? And the ecosystem is going to get all messed up. I believe that that's true for humans as well. I really do.
Yeah.
At least our personalities and our gifts. So I really feel like they need to come out and be celebrated and create an environment where all of us can benefit from them.
So let me talk to you. You think your leader in your business is too harsh. You think your leader points out too many of your flaws. You think your leader doesn't understand what it feels like to start out, to be small, to not be up there where they're at. And you think the way they're treating you is harsh. But I'm trying to tell you, take it as love.
Yeah.
Take this assignment that we have, this homework assignment this week. Look back at all the, who my best boss was? The meanest one.
Yeah, you talk about him all the time. Jim Causley. I know who he is because you said it all the time.
I owe everything that I am professionally to him.
But can I say something real quick? I don't want you to lose your train of thought, though. You respect the crap out of that guy.
I do.
right?
I do.
Hey, man, he's told me some off-camera stories.
Yeah.
They're bad.
Yeah.
Okay, about this dude. But you respect this guy.
To this day, I've been here 4 years. I have yet to have a TLC dream. I still dream. I dreamed last night about Jim Causley Pontiac GMC truck being in that prep department. But sometimes it's those, I'll just take it here. One last word reference. Iron sharpens iron. You cannot sharpen iron with a feather.
Oh my God. I think that's a great place to end. And hopefully you guys understood and appreciated this discussion, this viewpoint, right? Because, we're not one of those controversial kind of like shows where it's like, hey, here's what we believe and we want you to believe that too.
Yeah.
Just really throwing out there like here. And by the way, you're going to see some differences even in me and Carl from time to time, right? In our opinions. But this is kind of like what we believe, what we've learned, and how we see it. You might see it a different way, and that's fine as well. You can let us know in the comments. I think we appreciate everybody's kind of take on this. But again, compassion, empathy, I think those things are important. But, sometimes we go way over to the compassion, empathy, and we don't remember that, tough love is necessary.
Yeah.
It's not just a strategy. It's necessary, but you've got to balance it, and I think that's where we can end. You got to balance it, right? So tough love, but to me, I got some people that I kind of mentor and guide, and some of those people are family members, and some of them aren't. But what I always try to remind them is I'm doing this, I'm saying this, or I'm holding you accountable to this, or I'm having you suffer the consequences because I care about you, and I know that you have greatness.
Yeah.
And it ain't cool if you just waste that.
Not cool at all.
That's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today on this edition of our new podcast. We still need your help, guys. If you can share the podcast, give us a rating. That's how we kind of climb up the charts. Hopefully you appreciate these 10 to 15 minute talks just about really life is really what these are about. I mean, we focus on 7 core values of an organization that we're a part of called Total Life Changes, but we really believe that these conversations can help the world express a different viewpoint and maybe get you thinking a little bit. And so we appreciate the love, support, the sharing, the comments, all of that stuff. And if that continues, maybe we can move up the charts and maybe be on some of these other platforms as well in the future.
Sounds good to me. I'll go.
Me too.
I'm going without you though.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.